Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit 500 subscribers. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to our 500 subscriber special. We finally did it, boys. We hit 500 subscribers. Really do appreciate that so much. Thank you all so much for getting us to this goal. And as promised, I am going to do my setup tour, show you boys my setup, how I record my videos, all that awesome stuff. So let's get right into it. All right, so this is my desk right here from left to right. Right over here is my gaming PC. This is the PC where I do all the gaming, all the recording, the editing, all that awesome stuff. I built this beast myself. I'll put the specs down in the description for any of you boys interested in knowing what's in this fine build. And it's pretty awesome. It connects wire through an Ethernet cable to the router. So it has pretty dang fast internet. Can't be going wireless when you're live streaming. No. And over here, this tower right here, this is my secondary tower. I don't really use it for that much, except I use it to watch the stream on the second monitor and make sure there's no technical problems and see the chat, all the stuff you boys write, and so I can read that off. So that's basically all I really use that for. I really don't use it for much, and I won't have it around for much longer. But for right now, it serves that one purpose. Now this is my is a special little project I'm working on. I'm kind of looking forward to when I'm done with it, so I can get my corner of my desk back. But this is an old PC I'm remodeling and fixing up. It's a retro gaming PC, and once I get it finished built, I'm going to try and sell it to somebody who wants to get into retro PC gaming. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's my current little setup over there. Now over here is the actual front of my desk where I work. There's my headset right down there. Here's the front of the case, little DVD drives where my headset plugs in, a spare USB thing. Over here is my chair, my black leather chair. I'm just going to set the microphone down for a second so I can show you boys with my hands. Excuse the noise I'm making, setting it there. But yeah, right here is where I have my chair. It's black and it's getting a little bit worn out, so I'm going to probably have to get a new one soon. But I do have that, so that's what I have for right there. Then here's my green screen. That's why I used to get that transparent background effect when I film the game footage, and I'll show you boys how that works. Over there is the lamp. There's one lamp over there. There's this one behind me or in front of me, as the case would be. Those both control the lighting, so I kind of have that, good looking lighting when I'm actually streaming and recording. It looks nice, or it's at least, it's not perfect, but it's decent. It does the job pretty well for a living room corner setup. Now this is my main monitor. It's nothing special. It's a 1080p 60 hertz monitor. At some point I'm going to replace it and get a better one. I'm going to get a 1440p and 144 hertz. Take advantage of some of those high frame rates, if you know what I mean. So that's going to be awesome. And oh, look who's on TV. It's me. Who knew? But yeah, so all that awesome stuff. Now this second smaller monitor way over here, that's the monitor that's hooked up to the second computer and what I actually look at the chat with and all that stuff. At some point, I'm not going to have that anymore. When I get the upgraded monitor, I'm going to put it here and attach it to this PC. And then I'll take this one and set it over there and use it as a second monitor and hook it up to the same rig. And I can, when I'm streaming or recording, I can make settings changes and stuff as I need to. And all that stuff. And I can adjust stuff during the live streams and maybe even use it as a dual monitor for gaming in some cases if I was going to game at 1080p. So, we'll see. We'll see what I do with that. At that point, I'll probably get rid of that second computer and that smaller monitor, sell them or whatever. Right there, you have some books. That's why I prop my monitor up with. There's my glasses and all that stuff. Here you got the speakers. I usually use my wireless headset, but, sometimes if I need to crank up some fancy tunes and do some dancing, well, I gotta have them speakers. But yeah, over here, you have the modem and the router. That right there is the router, that tall black box. That one down there is the modem. That's what I currently use to connect to the internet. The cable goes in through the floor there. It's hooked up to the wall. Does the job pretty dang well. It's a little bit messy on that table and really on my whole desk because I really need to go in and take care of some paperwork and stuff. But break is almost here. I'll have a month off for school, so hopefully I'll get some time to address that and take care of it and all that good stuff. I still have about a week left in school, but then we'll be good to go. Now over here, you see an interesting little contraption. This is the Elgato Gaming Capture Card. It captures at 1080p 60 FPS. Now, when I'm recording console gameplay, which I don't do very often since I only use consoles to play exclusives, but when I was recording a console gameplay like with our Saints Row series, the first Saints Row game, I had to record it from the Xbox 360. Now, when you're playing a PC game, you can capture it directly from your desktop. Again, I'm going to put the microphone down for just a second to show you guys better with my other hand. But essentially, when you're recording from a desktop, all you have to do is just use the actual recording software and just capture your desktop. It's pretty simple. But when you're recording a console gameplay, you have to have a way to get the gameplay from the console to the PC. That's where a capture card comes in. So instead of connecting the HDMI cable from the console directly to your monitor, what you do is you take the cable, like this cable right here, for example. Let's say that this is connected to a console. You put it here into the in tab on the capture card, okay? And then you get a second cable and put it on the out. And the out, you then plug it into the monitor. And what that does is the console gameplay goes through the cable to the monitor like it would normally, but it goes through the capture card, which allows the capture card to actually capture the footage and send it to the recording software that you have on your PC, all in real time, because it's a higher quality card, so that's awesome. And that's what that's basically for. It fits right into your computer just like a video card would, and it's great. That's what I used to record that with. And if I'm recording an old game on a computer that runs Windows XP because it won't work on a newer operating system, I have to use a second computer for that because this bad boy is a little bit too new to run Windows XP. It doesn't have that much legacy support. So for that, I would also have to use a capture card. So right here is another really nifty little device, this HDMI bi-direction switch. So how this works is when I'm doing the capture card thing, I still want to be able to adjust the settings on my PC and see the PC settings and everything, but I only have one monitor. So what I do is I take this cable that's coming from the capture card that has the console gameplay that would go to your monitor. I plug this in one section right here, and then I take the cable that's plugged in the computer and put it right here. This cable is what's actually plugged into the monitor. And what I do when I need to switch back from the console to the PC display is I press this little button. This one moves it over to console, where I'm just getting the feed from the console, and this one moves it to PC. And that's how I switch back and forth. It's a lot easier than just unplugging one cable and plugging in another one. It doesn't wear the cables as much. It's just a neat little switch and just reach over with my left hand when I'm sitting in front of it and push the button. I did that during the Saints Row gameplay. When setting up, made the stuff a lot easier. And when we do other console series in the future, like Uncharted, for example, I'll be doing the same exact thing. But yeah, boys, that is pretty much the hardware tour that I was wanting to show you. Now I'm going to switch over to a desktop view and show you exactly how I make my videos and what kind of software I use right straight from my computer screen. Alrighty, boys, so this is how I actually make my videos. So to do the recordings and the live streams, I use a cool program called OBS Studio. It's actually an open source program, so it's free to download. Anyone can download it and use it. And it's a great program out there. I've used a couple of them, but this one is definitely my favorite. So I open up this, and let's see, I have two instances of it open right now because I'm using this one to actually record me showing you the program. So you'll see, when you open it, you'll see this because it's recording itself, so it's just this infinite mirror. And to get rid of that, you just click this disable preview. So yeah, so how this program works is you can either click this button, which is start streaming, or click start recording, and that'll record or live stream as you need to. So in the settings, it's very simple. You go to your stream, you have it set to your YouTube streaming page, put in your stream key, which is private, and then you In here, you put in all the output settings. I have it set to make the videos with my video card. This is where you configure your microphone. This is where you configure your resolution, all that awesome stuff. It's actually pretty simple. And then here is a list of all the different things you can use. For example, I have one set up here for a capture card. If I'm going to stream or record a game from a console like the Xbox 360, like we did with Saints Row, I would capture it using my capture card, and it would be recorded and streamed through here. Now, if I'm going to stream a game from my PC, like Team Fortress 2, I just use display capture, which looks like this. When I close this down, see, it looks like this normal page. If I open up Steam, see here, Steam, it's just, everything is just displayed, just displays the whole monitor. So then this little alerts right here, this is what plays that sound and shows the name of who subscribed when we're doing a live stream. It like shows, oh hey, such and such subscribed. So yeah, that's what that is for right here. And then this is my webcam. See, there am I. Hello. Yeah, so that's what shows my webcam. My webcam picks up my face, and you can see there's no filter, so it just shows the green screen, right? So what I do to take care of that, and actually I'm a little bit, I usually put myself a little bit more over this way, and you'll see why in a minute. What I do to get the green screen effects, I go here to filters, and I've set up this little chroma key, which has all these settings on it, which is like, you know, adjust for the lighting and the backdrop and the whole green screen and everything. So once I actually enable this, boom, you can see it gets rid of all that green in the background and creates a transparent effect. You still do see a lot of white over here, but that's pushed off camera, so you don't really see that when I'm streaming or recording or whatever. So see, if I'm recording against my back desktop, well, there you go. See, my face is just right down here in this corner, and I'm good to go. I'm rock solid. But also how this is displayed in this order right here is you have the display capture. It's below your webcam, because if it was above, well, you know, it would cover it up. Like here, I'll show you real quick. See, now you can't see my face, but if I lower it, presto, there I am, yay! So yeah, that's pretty much how this works. That's how I actually record the videos and live stream if I'm gonna live stream. I just use that one program. Now that's for the actual recording the game itself. And I do record my audio through here. Like you can see this microphone, it's going, it's picking up the audio. The desktop audio, so that picks up the game's audio and stuff. And then, let's see, what I actually do with my microphone is it doesn't take the input directly from my microphone and put it into this program. First, it goes through this other program called Adobe Auditions, which is what I have right down here. These are by the same people who make Photoshop. And what this does is right up here, I'm running it through this little filter called a, what's it actually called? I guess it's called a track, I'm gonna guess, is what it's called. It's actually properly called a mixer, so let's call it a mixer, because that's what it's really called. It basically works like a digital soundboard, if you've ever seen those, like with bands, or like maybe church musical groups or whatever. It basically, what it does is it takes the microphone and it runs it through all these effects and makes the audio sound better. Like, for example, if I was to turn all of these off, see, this is what my voice sounds like without all that. You can see it sounds a lot less flat, a lot more flat, excuse me. And, you know, just doesn't really sound that great. You can hear background noise from the computer and other stuff. It's just not really that great. But if I add these effects back, you see a lot more rich, a lot more filled, a lot more alive and in-person kind of audio. And that's why I have that set up right there. And that's why I have this go through this program to OBS when I'm live streaming or recording to make the audio just sound that much better. It helps if you have a nice microphone like I do, and big shout out to my parents for that, because they're the ones who got it for me for a birthday present. But yeah, it definitely helps. I think it's definitely worth it to run it through that program. It's a little complicated to set up, but when you do that and you run it through that and it filters the audio and improves it and then sends it to OBS, definitely worth it, definitely makes the audio sound much better. So when I'm actually going to edit a video, what I do is I open up Adobe Premiere Pro, which is right here. Well, if it'll open. So it finally opens. So this is Adobe Premiere. And what you do here is you make a project and just put in any name. Like if I'm working on a TF2 video, I just put TF2, click OK, and then it brings me to this little graphical interface. And what I do Well, if it'll come up, why does this take so long? Actually, the reason it's taking so long is because I have 2 instances of OBS up. I'm recording, and I've got the audio program open, and it's trying to open up this program. You have that many programs open, it's gonna kind of bite you a little bit for using your processor so much. But anyway, thankfully I have a strong PC. But anyway, what you do here is you import your videos, right? You import your basic video clips like this. This is a clip just from this actual video that I recorded earlier that you've already seen. So you take this right here and you pull it right over to this and you play it through this. See, that's what the audio sounds when you're moving really fast. So this is where you cut it. You can make cuts. You can move stuff around. You can add effects. Like here, let me show you a really cool one. This is how you add black and white. For example, black magic, type it in here. That's the name of the effect. Go down here to SL Nouvelle Red, and it looks red, but when you actually drop it on there, see, black and white. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. It's a great editing program. It's what I used to edit my videos, put in like different effects and stuff, and make the cuts and the outro at the end. I add that. I just import that from my folder. In fact, I'll show you. Hold up. Take in my world famous outro here in YouTube channel, recordings, video props. Down here, an outro reaction. This is for my reaction channel. And then it plays like this. Anyway, you guys get the idea. So it's pretty cool. So you can just string this all together, and then when you're done, you go right up here. Well, the file tab will open. You go right up here to export, and you click export media. Up will pop a little window. You can put in your final settings for the quality you want it to export it to. Click this button, and it'll render out the video that you've edited. So that's how I make the videos. Pretty simple. It took a while to learn all this, obviously, but I had some time. I definitely had some time. We'll go ahead and close that. And then what I use to make the thumbnails is, of course, Photoshop, because it's one of the best. So that's what I like to use. So what I do for that is I open it up. I take like a background picture of a game screenshot or some game artwork or whatever, and I add some layers to it. I add a little bit of shadow to make it black around the edges, add a little bit of light coming in the top, put a picture of myself in the corner, add some text, basic color correction and stuff. Like for example, let me show you. I'll pull up let's see. Here's one. We'll pull up the last Saints Row thumbnail I made because I put a lot of time into that one. So for Saints Row, we'll pull up this one. I think this is the right one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Could be the wrong one. Oh goodness, yeah, here it is. So for this one, someone ordered a tow truck that was part 6. So all this stuff is in layers over here on this right-hand side. You have this right here. This is the picture of me with the goofy expression on my face. And this right here is the color correction. If I deselect this, you can see that picture looks a lot more bleached and stuff. But this turns down some of the brightness and increases some contrast. So that makes me look a little bit more natural in the picture. This adds more vibrance, more saturation. That kind of gives my skin more of a fleshed out reddish color, and all that stuff. There's a background picture of the tow truck. It's right here. Now, if I was to just take this and pull it up above everything else, it would be just like the layers in OBS. See, that would be in the forefront. But if I put it way back down here, well, now it's the background. And then you put this on the side to add that kind of a shadow to the sides. Then you have the text. Now, the text is very interesting to make. Now, normally for text, what I do is I'll add the actual text and put this cover on it, and then I will add in a bit of a backdrop behind it that's black, and then kind of move it over and put some shadow behind it and stuff like that. And that's basically how I do that. And it works really well. I'm really pleased with it. Again, this is all just stuff I learned how to do after a bit of time. I am not going to say the changes to that. It was just a demonstration. But yeah, that's pretty much how I make my videos. A lot of time and effort goes in each and every one of them. Even the live streams, just with the different thumbnail designs, setting everything up, making edits, whatever I got to do for the videos. I really try and push towards getting like the highest quality possible, which is why I use what I've researched and determined to be the best kinds of software. And I use mostly Adobe products because 1, they work really, really well at what they do, and 2, it's what I've just sort of learned to work with. And, I'm very familiar with it. I'm comfortable with it. I can do a lot of cool stuff. And if there's something I don't know how to do, I can look it up and pretty much find an answer. But yeah, boys, that is how I make my videos, and that is what my setup looks like. I really hope you boys enjoy the setup tour. We were waiting a little while to get to this point, but we finally did. If you want to see our special prize that we're gonna get at 1,000 subscribers, then yeah, you'll have to wait till then, because that'll be a whiles off. But we're gonna have a special prize then. I will announce it when we get a little bit further what special event we're gonna do till at that point. But anyway, guys, I want to close up and say that I really do appreciate you getting me this far. A lot of smaller channels, especially in the modern day and age, you know, they'll just get to like a couple of 100 subscribers, or maybe even just 100 if they even get that far, and then just quit. You know, they just quit. But we've just stayed with it for so long, which is awesome. And oh goodness, my phone's ringing. Can't you see I'm busy, fool? Anyway. I really do appreciate all the support you guys have showed me. It's really been awesome, and I really do appreciate it. I mean, it's really incredible that we've actually gotten to 500. I know it's not a, you know, monstrous, amazing number, but we really are growing. We'll be hitting a few thousand, I'm sure, before we know it. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. We've got a lot of great series that we're currently working on. Got a lot of great stuff coming forward. I still have the reaction channel that I'm going to put videos up for. We'll get some more support over there, and it's gonna be awesome. But thank you all once again really so much for your support. I will be getting out a Five Nights at Freddy's video later on today, so if you're a fan of that, be sure and check that out as well. That's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, all that awesome stuff, boys. So thank you all so much once again for your support. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you all at the top. Aside from my soul.